there, RV Shop and Chef here. We're coming to you today from beautiful Cedar Mills Resort on Lake Texoma. It's actually Memorial Day weekend, and we wanted to film this short little segment to let you know that we are going to start a feature on our website, on our YouTube station, called RV Showcase. And
yeah, I think we'll be looking for the most extraordinary rig at every campground when we're there.
There's always, it seems to be, every time we come into a new campsite, there's one rig among all the hundreds that are there that just stands out, and you walk by and you're like, wow, that's super cool. I wonder what their story is, because everyone's got a story.
Well, and that's exactly how we felt about the Safaritrek 2001.
RV Shop and Chef here, coming to you from beautiful Lake Texoma, Memorial Day weekend. And we were taking a walk yesterday up to the little store and happened to walk past this Safaritrek, and it's very unusual. One of the things we like to do is to find unusual rigs that are just, you know, are interesting, and Scott happened to pop out the door and gave us a little tour, so we decided to come back and shoot all of the details and all the exciting things about owning a safari and why he even chose that. And Kent, you were the one that was most intrigued by it. Like,
I was fascinated by the rig when it came in. Scott's towing a beautiful boat behind the rig, and it was just a unique setup. I've seen safari products, but I didn't know about the Trek. And so Scott, maybe just give us an overview of what this is and kind of why you chose it.
Well, when I initially set out to find an RV, I didn't want something 40 feet long. You know, I wanted to be able to maneuver.
Right.
And they call these 24 foot. They're actually about 25-11.
Got it.
But you can really maneuver it around, and we'll show you one unique thing once we go inside as far as where the bed's located.
Oh, fun.
But it's a really unique design, and it's extremely well built.
We noticed, you mentioned that the exterior is actually a metal skin.
Yes.
Tell us about how Safari is built.
Okay, well, this is basically aircraft aluminum.
Amazing.
It's a lot of people say they're built like an airplane, and if you look right here, it's riveted. Where most RVs, they use, you know, vinyl siding against particle board
on some kind of an aluminum frame with foam in it.
Yeah.
I got that.
I mean, this RV, when it was new, was over $100,000. So, ouch. You know, they didn't sell a lot, because, you know, for over $100,000, you can go buy yourself a 40-foot, 35, 40-foot RV.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's what was in back in the early 2000s.
In fact,
you know, the bigger the better. Well, now
tiny homes, smaller
tiny
coaches,
homes,
more maneuverability. Yeah. So remind us the chassis and the engine transmission setup.
Yeah, it's a Chevy Workhorse chassis. It's got the Vortec 454. Some had the Allison transmission, and then some had the heavy-duty GM transmission.
Got it.
You know, it's a dually frame. You can't tell by looking at the back wheels from the side, but it's a dually. And the previous owner had modified the suspension as well.
Right, Susan, so you're one of the passengers here. How's sleeping aboard the Safaritrek?
It's really good, and it's very cool. Really good AC.
Good AC. That's critical in your camping out. And tanks, if you can, how much water, fuel, and gray water?
Yeah, it's 80 gallons fresh water.
Super.
And then we have, I believe it's 40 dark and gray, or each 40 each.
Each? Okay, gotcha.
It's an off-the-grid, you know, you can go several days. They came with a solar panel.
Nice.
And they're just so well insulated.
Perfect. Yeah, super important. And the paint, I'm just gonna say, it looks brand new. And
Yeah.
so, how did it stay in such good condition all this time?
Well, very high quality paint, just like the rest of the RV. And you know, when I got it, I did some buffing, which was pretty challenging. I mean,
Yeah.
you look how big this is.
Angle grinder,
Yeah.
buffing bonnet. I've been there.
Yeah, you know, and
Folks.
I repainted the front bumper. You know, there was
Super.
a million rock chips, and
Yeah, it looks super
upgraded
crisp.
the headlights.
Wow, well, I think we're going to have to come and take a look at some of those mods. But first, I was thinking that we might have Susan and Carol take us on into the interior, and then maybe we get a demonstration of how the bed works and what the setup is. But I think we were going to want to swap cameras, get onto the GoPro. And
All right, let's take a look inside.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, easy step up. Not too. So the one thing I noticed immediately yesterday when we came in was how livable the space is. It's designed so well as far as the sitting area here is nice and roomy. Scott's got his desk here for working. Nice kitchen area.
This is our Vanna White.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the microwave. Yes,
I know how to use that.
Yeah, it's a really well-designed
Yes.
space.
These
Yes.
cabinets she's knocking on are actual hardwoods. They're not particle board. These are the cabinets you'd find in a house.
Yeah, great
And they were
setup.
really smart about the storage space. Everywhere, every possible place they put storage. Even under this.
And tell us about, Scott, we walked in and we noticed there's no bed in the room.
Yes, where's the
Where's the
bedroom?
bed?
There is no bed until you hit the magic button, because this is called a magic bed. And another thing you have to do for potential trek buyers, you've got to tilt the seats forward.
Okay.
You notice
see
I've got them tilted forward, and then take anything down. So here we go.
I want to see how far down it goes. Yes.
So it's going
Oh,
to
the
go
track.
about as high as the couch. And then people say, well, how do you get in? You just use a little step ladder.
Smart.
1, 2 steps, and you're on. No problem for two. It's, you know, people call this a couples camper. I don't think it's one if you want to bring in 5 kids. It's really good for a couple.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
And the kitchen, I mean, from a chef's point of view, this is fabulous. I mean, it's got
Yes.
an actual regular size refrigerator. It's not the minis that you would expect to see stuffed full, okay?
And it's dual fuel,
Yeah,
right?
Look at that.
Yeah, if you look right up here, you know, you just keep it on auto. So the minute I unplug before we leave, it'll switch to gas.
Yep. Susan, if you found anything that you would change in terms of the design, what would you change?
The design. The design is really pretty good. Sometimes the direction of the air, because it comes out really cold, which is good. But sometimes we could force
There's
it
a
to be a
vent right
particular
here.
You need it
direction.
over here or over
right
there.
But maybe
Yeah.
just not on
Yep.
my shape.
And-
oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
So the burner here is really close to the edge. I do scrambled eggs in the morning,
Okay.
and so you got to move your pan around because there's 3 burners here, which is good. But you're just using one burner. You just got to move the pan around.
Makes sense.
And then you have
Keep
a
it fully heated.
convection and then microwave.
Can you bake in that?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
convection.
Super
It's a
nice.
convection.
Okay.
When you open this, it covers this whole area on the underside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's huge.
amazing.
Huge amount of
And we're up
space.
here.
Got
Chips.
great storage.
Yep, super.
Cute little corner bar area. Kind of built in, really nice. And as you go into the back of the coach, you see the bathroom. And what I love is it has a tub. This is awesome.
You're not going to be able to take a bubble bath. in
No,
there,
but it's a tub. You could actually shave your legs in that. That is great. That's all you need. But really set up very, very well.
So it's a pretty huge
Oh, look
hanging
at that.
closet.
Yeah,
The shelves are right.
that's great. Yeah, easy to access. Lots
And
of
then,
storage.
Yeah, and then you can even access from here.
Whoa, look at that. That's clever.
And then right
Shelving. Okay. Oh, we got more over here for linens or wow, great storage here. This is just a phenomenal design. I mean,
here.
whoever
It's a
designed
smart
this.
use of space.
Yes. And what I love, there's lots of little touches of safari, a little lion on the towel. So
They
cute.
stick with the theme.
Yes, they stuck with the theme. And that is so cute.
And then if you point this up towards this fan, see how thick this is? That's
Wow.
insulation.
All right.
So yeah, at the end of the day, or in the morning, when you get up, you just simply take the pillows off, hit your button, and away the bed goes. It's made. Look at
I love
this.
that.
This is
I love how they
so
called it the magic bed.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Because if you think about it, you know, most RVs have a dedicated bedroom.
Absolutely.
And then you're left, and it's usually in the back, and you're left with a tiny little corner bathroom. So
Absolutely.
this one, you know, the whole back end is all.
And it's a full bathroom.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Super smart. What I really am jealous about is that desk. And what we don't have in our 40-foot tradition is we don't have an office space of any sort. And you notice he's got a desk there, and then you also have a dinette. And so for all of us who are working from home in our coaches, that desk is gold. And so it's a super smart design and forward thinking,
Yeah.
because it goes all the way back to, what year is your coach?
This is a 2001. And so safaritrek started they started making this model, which is the 2430. It started in 1994. Actually, 2001 is the very last year for Safari. They were then bought by Monaco. And, you know, Monaco made some changes. I feel like they started cheapening them. They
That's
started
a
going
known
to vinyl
phenomenon.
siding.
Yeah, that 2007-8 mark is
Yeah.
where they started to really drop.
Yeah, and-
it was right after a recession.
I think Safari literally made them too good because I don't think they were making as much money as they could have. But everywhere you look, you just see that pride of workmanship. I mean, it's quality through and
You
through.
can tell.
And it's just bulletproof. You can tell it's nice and quiet in here. It really feels comfortable. Yeah, can you give us a tour of the kind of the controls up front real quick, and then we'll look out.
See the workhorse on the steering wheel?
There it is. Yep.
So,
Yep.
it's
Nice
a good
dash
laid out
setup.
cockpit. The stereo system they put in here, although it's outdated, it sounds amazing.
Yep, and the coach is really cool. The AC is doing a great job.
Yeah, I
Got
think
some cabinetry
it's
up front.
74. The seats are electric. I don't know much more I can say about that. I mean, it
Yeah.
just drives really well, and it's
Super
comfortable
nice.
to drive.
Well, and that's important. I mean, it is a portable size. It is not a great big coach. Now for a few pictures of the outside of the coach as we walk around. Really, the first thing you see on this coach is the condition. It's been really beautifully restored. It looks new.
Well, here's the natural gas tank, or propane.
Show us your tool too, Scott. I just got a kick out of that.
Yes?
Yeah.
I would love to take credit for this, but the previous owner crafted this beauty here.
I'm a fanatic about tools, and it's a nice little handle made in wood to hold the keys so you don't.
Yeah, it was really a good idea, and it's simple. You just cut a little slot. Right here is your water center.
Yep. Oh, it looks really modern.
So we have a filter, so when I'm filling the fresh water,
Smart.
Screw the hose right in here.
Mm-hmm.
You turn this to fill tanks, and it's this is your water heating unit right here.
LP
It's
furnace.
it's a gas furnace.
Okay. Nice.
We've got Alcoa aluminum wheels, and
Yep.
you know, I did kind of a cosmetic restoration, and I was even able to track down these center caps.
That's amazing. Yep. And on this is an 01.
This is a 2001.
So yeah, some of those pieces, it's nice that Trek or Safari is actually still having those, you know, that they can still be found.
Yeah, there's some websites that carry a lot of these Trek parts.
Perfect.
Just I never thought I'd find those.
Yeah.
I was on there's a forum called Trek Tracks,
Trek Tracks.
and I asked that question, where can you get center caps and decals, and I got my answer.
Perfect.
I think it was called Northwind.
Nice.
And one way you can tell when you look at an RV if they've been sitting outside is the showers will turn from white to yellow.
There you
Because
go.
you've got that skylight
Yep.
and that sun beating on. Yeah. So I really didn't do much modification other than these headlights, but you know, the original headlights were just absolutely terrible. This is by a company called JW Speaker.
Let's zoom in on that. These are really nice looking. It's a good setup. Tell me how they perform.
Unbelievable. I mean, it literally looks like an airplane going down a runway. If you've ever seen an airplane coming down a runway, it's super bright.
Cool.
It's LED. I think the only mistake I made is, you know, these are LED and LED lights don't heat up.
Yep.
So if you're in the cold areas, you know, we're in Texas, so I'm not too worried about that. But if you're up in Canada or northern areas, you want to get the ones with the defrosters.
Ooh.
So you just see these little wires going through here where they just heat up and they can
Interesting.
melt the ice. This will do nothing. A regular headlight, you know, they get hot and they're going to melt any ice.
Absolutely.
So
Yep. Good point. I have
There's no heat
LEDs
to
in mine,
this.
and there's no heating element in them.
yeah.
So it's something we need to be thinking about.
So yeah, you know, there was a million rock chips on this front bumper, and it took me a while to get the paint codes, but I was able to get those, and I reshot this, sanded it all down, and I tracked down this Safari decal
Fabulous.
from the same place I got the center caps.
Yep. There it is.
And
Yep.
these are still the old fog lights, so I'm gonna upgrade those to LED too. And by the way, these are just plug in. They plug into the factory sockets. I mean, you're literally taking out, what do we have, 2, 4, 6 screws, pull the cover off, unplug the old headlight, plug the new one in, and away you go.
Super easy.
Super easy.
And it's a really great mod. You just take a look. It really brings it into the you know, the next millennium, and it looks super technical.
Yeah. And they actually come in 2 colors too. That was black or silver. I kind of
Like the
dug
black.
the black just
Yeah.
to kind of upgrade the look.
Well, and it ties in kind of the windshield and the lower grille.
One last thing.
Yep.
Unique about the 2000 windshield, and people have nicknamed these Slopies. 2001 also was the only year that you got this stripe layout.
Huh.
Now, when Monaco took over in 2002, it was basically the same body. The only difference was the stripes. In 2003, it went back to the flat front end like a bus.
More
So-
broken windshields.
More broken windshields. Plus, you know, this is a lot more aerodynamic.
Absolutely.
You know, it cuts through the wind. It's like a hot rod RV.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, the 454, it's not as heavy as most, so it just flies down the highway.
Well,
I love it.
we just thought it was the coolest rig. It came in with the boat on the back. It was in perfect shape, and it's an unusual setup. So Scott, we just wanted to say thanks for your time and Susan's time. We'll go over and catch the girl.
Okay, the best part about meeting Scott and Susan are I'm going to buy some chairs, and they're going to be these chairs, and they're super cool because you can recline fully like this or sit up straight.
And his cup
Either
holders,
way, cup holders,
phone holders.
iPad, 2 beer places.
Not sure they'll keep up with you.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
All right, how did you like the track?
Oh my gosh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm so happy that they invited us in to see it and to take the tour. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them below. We'll see if we can get a hold of Scott and ask him. But we were just so impressed with it. Thank you guys so
Nice
much.
to meet you.
Cheers.